Put those in list 1 and list 2. Alright, so once you put those in list 1 and list 2, then go to stat, and then to calc, and this time we're going down to not number 4, not linear regression, but quadratic regression. So go down to quadratic regression and hit enter. On X list, hit enter. Y list, hit enter. Frequency list, hit enter. Then next hit bars, Y bars. Enter. 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 And calculate. Right there is your answer. You should have gotten an A, a B, and a C. All right, so what did you get for your A? What does it say on your calculator for your A?
0.04.
0.04 x squared plus for your B? Negative, say it again. 0.28 x plus your C? 3.3? Alright, so there's your equation. Okay, it tells you to write an equation, then it says, then give the model. We just did that, that's the equation. Defining your variables. So what does X stand for?
Years since 2000.
Okay, years since 2000 and whatever that says. 2001. Y stands for Florida something.
Manatee population.
Manatee population. Alright, that's all it asks for in that one. Now step 3. Step 3 says to graph. So it's already in your Y equals, so hit graph. Look at your points. Look at the graph. How accurate?
Strong.
Is it strong? It's kind of hard to tell because if you just look at this picture, it's kind of hard to see that actual parabola. As to where this one I could see it was a line, right? This one's a little more difficult that it's kind of not really exactly a parabola. Now if it hit a bunch of points, then it's pretty strong. If it didn't hit quite so many points, then it's a little bit weaker. It's not quite as strong. Okay, so write that on step 3. To me, it doesn't look very strong, but I don't have a graph in front of me. So, alright, next thing we're going to do is on page 803, modeling with an exponential. We're going to answer those questions. We're using the same picture. So I'm going to stay on this page. Modeling with an exponential. So which picture do you think is exponential?
Top left.
Top left. This one right here, exponential. Okay, so step 1 said to pick the picture, so we did. It's the years since 1940. Why do we think that's exponential? Because it shows growth. It doesn't change directions, right? Alright, step 2. Put those points into list 1 and list 2. So right now, put those points in. Alright, since these aren't bigger than 1,000 right here, we're not changing these to decimals. We're going to leave them as is. Okay? Don't change them to decimals. When you get them all in list 1 and list 2, go to Stat, Calc, go down to Exponential Regression, which is the 0, right past the 9. Hit Enter. Hit Enter on X list. Enter on Y list. Enter on Frequency list. Bars, over to Y bars, hit enter on function, enter on the next one, and it should have put a Y1 on your screen. Hit enter on calculate, and you should have an A and a B. Somebody tell me what A is.
20.05.
20.05. And what is B? 1.44 to the x. That is your equation for your exponential. Define the variables. It says give the model, which we did. Define the variables. What does x stand for? Year since 1940. What does the y stand for? Texas whooping crane population. What is the initial value? That's going to be the A. So initial value, okay, initial value is 20.05. The rate would be the B, which is 1.44. Is it showing growth or decay? If the B is above 1, it's growth. So it's showing growth. Alright, let's graph it. Hit graph. Check your points along with your graph. How strong? Strong or not?
It's not correct.
It didn't graph. Okay, go to Windows and check your X max and see if it's more than 70. Change it to more than 70. Change your Y max to at least 300. Now hit graph. Is it there now? Okay. Is it strong or not very strong? Very strong? It looks strong because you can tell that it's exponential. So I would say it's pretty strong. Alright, any questions on the difference between the three? Make sure after you put stuff in list 1 and list 2, when you're trying to get your equation, you know whether to go to linear, quadratic, or exponential. Because if you hit the wrong one, then you're going to get the wrong kind of equation. Alright, on page 807 on your homework. I went over problem number 1 with you. All you're going to do is tell what kind of equation A, B, C, and D are. Okay? Look at the 4 questions at the bottom of 807. You see those 4 questions? You're going to answer those 4 questions on problem 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're only going to do 6B. So you should have 4 answers on each question, except number 1 and number 6. So we're going to do 1 through 6B. Any questions?